Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning practice, afternoon for those from Europe, and some ungodly hours from those from Asia. In the past, people had complained about getting cut off from Insight Timer and not able to come back in. And so it might be best if you also tune into our YouTube channel. If you're not familiar with that, go to DENNYKMIU.com/Saturday. Okay, the very first one is today's practice. So every time I get ready for this practice, I focus my mind and I think of a word. And so today's word is chi. Today's word is chi. Yes, the YouTube channel is good because another benefit is that the field of view for Insight Timer is, for some reason, is very narrow, and so you don't always see my entire body or as much as I want you to see. Okay, so tuning into the YouTube channel is a good idea. Anyway, the word is chi. So he said, "Wow, it's been a while. You finally want to talk about chi? Don't want to talk about something that you're not capable of experiencing." Okay, so we'll talk about it maybe after 45 minutes. All right, so we're going to do some practice, but at least for now, chi could mean circulation, could mean breath, and then ultimately what I want to talk about is life energy. So circulation means warmth, right? Getting the body warm up. So we're going to do some warm-up exercise. We're going to do some joint exercise. This is the exercise for the body as well as it is for the mind. So I want you to examine your body, examine your spine, examine your shoulder. I want you to calibrate your body, straighten up your spine, open that shoulder, relax the shoulder. I want you to come back to the mind. I want you to examine your mind. Ask yourself, where is my mind? I want my mind to be on my body. I don't want it to be anywhere else. I want to put my mind in the center of my palm. I want to bring my hand and my mind up together, all the way up to shoulder level. Straighten up your spine. Focus on the wrist. Focus on the wrist. So in the past, we talk a lot about how to quiet your mind. How to quiet your mind. Actually, quieting your mind is very simple. Just have to anchor it. It's like quieting a boat, anchoring the boat. Anchor your mind onto your body. Anchor your mind by inviting your mind to listen to your body. Listen to your body speaking to you through the pain, through the numbness, through the heat, through the sweat. And now we go the other way. Continue to focus on your wrist. Continue to examine your wrist. Continue to sense, to feel the sensation through the pain, the numbness, the heat, and the sweat. Now put your hands down. Come back to our body again. Straighten up our spine. Open our shoulder. Relax. Why do I always come back to the spine? Because later on when we talk about energy, we're going to talk about yin energy and yang energy. Yin and yang doesn't mean positive and negative. Yin and yang is like the two sides of the coin. You need both to create harmony, right? It's like balancing the coin on its edge. So the yang energy, the one that is influenced by the sun, is in the back, right? Because it's exposed to the sun. So if you want to really maintain the health of your body, you got to start with the yang energy. You got to start with the spine, straighten up the spine. So this energy channel called the governing channel, okay, is unobstructed. Then you want to open up your shoulder because the shoulder has a lot of energy points that are related to your heart and your lung, and you want to open that and let the energy rise all the way to the top of your head. And now we're going to move from the wrist to the elbow. Again, focus your mind onto the center of your palm. Bring in your hand, bring in your body and your mind up, all the way up. Straighten up the spine. Focus on the elbow now. Again, focus on the elbow. Let your elbow speak to you. Learn its language. Examine the changes that you're making to your body and how your body is reacting to the changes. The heat, the numbness, the sweat, and the pain. Now go the other way, go the other way. Continue to do the exercise. Continue to anchor your mind onto your body. Now put your hands down. We're going to now move on to our shoulder. We're going to experience some pain, okay? So it's very important that you open yourself up to the pain, embrace the pain, examine the pain, but ultimately letting go of the pain. Open your shoulder, straighten up your spine, cross your hands, bring your hands up, all the way up, stretch, calibrate, make sure your mind is at the center of your palm, come down, touching the wall, open the shoulder, start to feel that slight pain. Now let go of the pain, come back to the center of your palm, straighten up your spine again, one at a time, okay? Bring it up, stretch, hold, examine, anchor your mind onto the center of your palm, bring it down, and relax, and then one more time, go up. We'll continue one at a time. Stretch, open, come down, relax, bring it back up, stretch, calibrate, come down together, and relax. One more time, bring it up, all the way up, stretch, calibrate, anchor your mind onto the center of your palm, bring it down, and relax. Now go the other way. Open the shoulder first, straighten up your spine, feel the shoulder, feel the pain, embrace the pain, let go of the pain. Come back to the center of the hand, go up again, stretch, hold, come down together, open the shoulder again, bring it up, stretch, and come down. Open the shoulder one more time, bring it up, stretch, hold, calibrate, bring your mind and your body together. Anchoring your mind, okay? Anchor your mind. Learn to listen to your body. Put away the chatter on the mind. In this case, the mind is just a thinking mind. It's not even the spiritual mind. It's the thinking mind, right? It's the guy that is like standing on your shoulder, keep telling you what to do, all right? So you got to anchor it. Anchor it. Don't let it take over the conversation. Listen to your body instead. Anchor your mind onto your body. You do that when you are moving. You do that when you're moving. You anchor your mind onto your body when you're moving. When you're stationary, you anchor your mind onto your breath. Stationary means sitting, lying down, standing. Moving means walking, exercising, washing dishes, and cleaning up after my dad this morning. My dad suffers from dementia, as you know, but he's been quite mobile. He's actually very functional. So whenever he has problem, we can take him to the bathtub and then give him a shower, clean it all up, no problem. Well, the last couple of days, he's been fighting an infection on his lung, which means that he's now bedridden. This is the first experience for my mom. All these years that my mom is taking care of him, this is the first experience that she actually have to see how my dad need to be clean while he's in the bed. So last night we had a class. I told my mom that I'll rush over as soon as I can. Halfway to the class, well actually right before the class, my mom said, I did it already. Okay, all right. This morning it happened again. It took us an hour and a half to clean it. This time I do it. When it's done, I told my mom, I said, you have to thank my dad. Don't expect him to thank you. You thank him because you have an opportunity to practice spiritually. This is a spiritual practice. Even when you're changing diaper, you anchor your mind onto your body. When you move your hand, you anchor it onto the center of your palm. When you walk, you anchor it onto the center of your feet. Why is that so important? Because the smell, the sight, they're like pain on your shoulder. They are excruciating. But that's just pain. That's just pain. That's physics impinging on your physiology, creating neurology. That's all it is. But pain doesn't need to lead to suffering. Suffering is something else. Suffering is when you don't know how to anchor your mind. And when you see stuff that you don't want to see, you really don't want to see that. Your aversion comes up. Your anger comes up. Your despair comes up. That's suffering. So everything is a practice. When you're moving, anchor your mind onto your body. Okay? All right, we continue. Sit up straight, open your shoulder, relax, bring in your hands in the front. Get ready, anchor your mind onto your center, your palm. Bring it up, open that shoulder, feel the pain, embrace the pain, examine the pain, let go of the pain. Anchor your mind back to the center of your palm, relax. Another one, go up, open the shoulder, feel the pain, bring it down, and relax. Let go of the pain. Let go of the pain. Don't let it metastasize into suffering. Bring it back down, bring it up, open, bring it down, bring it back up, open, bring it back down, sit up straight, put the hands in the back, open, stretch, down, bring it all the way back. Get ready for the pain, feel the pain, embrace the pain, let go of the pain, come down, all the way back, let go of the pain, and come down. So last week, one of the students, I don't remember the name exactly, so I don't want to say it wrong. I think I remember. But anyway, she talks about her uncle being just passed away, and how she's grieving. And she asked when we were doing the exercise, which is the energy point that would help with the grieving. Of course there is. But why would you want to mask that? You don't want to mask that grief. Embrace the grief. Examine the grief. Let go of the grief. So last week, we used a little different technique. And it's not just about the body now. It's really about going in deep into your mind. It's like one is clockwise, which is practicing through your body, eventually get to your mind. And the other one is counterclockwise, which is get to the mind first and then let it come back to the body. How do we do that? Deep in your mind is your compassion, your loving kindness, and your empathy and your equanimity. Build that bridge into the core of your mind and let it heal you. How do you build that bridge? That bridge is called a kusala bridge. Kusala means wholesomeness. It starts with gratitude. It starts with acceptance. It starts with sharing. It starts with being constructive. Be very grateful. Think about all the good experience, all the good memory that you had with your loved one. Just be very grateful to that. And then start working on that. That's healing. That's the other way. That's go really deep into the core. Put away all that grief. Put away all that dark cloud. Get into the sun of your heart. Now we're back to the other way, which is let's work on the body first and let us learn the language of your heart. Continue. Stretch your spine. Open the shoulder. Putting your left hand in front and the right hand stretch out. Holding the left hand stationary, keeping the left brain from the right brain separate to each other. Bringing the right hand all the way around. Get ready for the pain. Open all the way. Let go of the pain. Come back to the center of the palm. Sit up straight. The other way. One at a time. Don't rush this, okay? Always anchoring your mind. Keep asking, where's my mind? Where's my mind? My mind needs to be on my body. My mind needs to follow the center of my hand. Sit up straight. All the way to the left. One more set. All the way to the right. Sit up straight. All the way to the left. Now that was joint exercise. Joint exercise means that you want to improve the circulation. That is the easiest entry to Qi. Just circulation, blood flow. Okay? Now we're going to continue. We're going to work a little bit. It's a combination of joint exercise and also clearing the blockage of your Qi. Later on, we're going to talk about the Qi lines that goes from the center of the body to the extremity. And 3 of them goes out, 3 of them comes back. And so now we're going to, in addition to working on the shoulder, we're going to work on these energy lines. And we do that with a little bit of mechanics. Actions equal to reaction. Open the shoulder, bring up your right hand, anchor your mind onto the center of the palm, making a fist. Get ready for the upper left hand corner. Up. Open your fingers, stretch your elbow, stretch your elbow and feel the shoulder, and then bring it back. Okay, so that's action equal to reaction. Okay, action is the yang force, reaction is the yin force. You're actually improving the circulations in here. Bring it back, transfer your focus from the right to the left, sit up straight, making a fist, get ready for the upper right corner, up, get ready for the lower left corner, down, down, always follow your hand, up, up, one at a time, down, down, up, up, down, down. One more set. Up, up, down, down. Open your shoulders, sit up straight, two hands at once, get ready. One, feel the energy coming back. Two, feel the energy coming back. Three, your body is speaking to you now, you better listen. Four, 5. Now we're going to get to the primary channel. The yang energy that rises up on the spine, get all the way up to the top of your head, and then come down, and then making another primary loop. Okay? The bottleneck is right here, in between your shoulder. In between your shoulder. Okay? So a lot of people have problem. Okay? So common problem that people have is something called the neck bump, or leg hump, frozen shoulder, carpal tunnel. It all comes from the fact that your chi is blocked, especially your yang chi that rises up to your spine. Open that shoulder. We're going to work on this. This is a 1,000-year-old exercise that we learned from the animal. You should learn. If you have a dog or a cat, you should learn from them. As soon as they wake up, this is the exercise that they do. Open the shoulder, sit up straight, focus on your shoulder. Bringing your shoulder all the way up to your ear, as if you're hanging that body. And now imagine you have a hard-boiled egg in between your shoulder blade. Open the shoulder, squeeze that egg in the back, and then relax. Completely relax. All the way up, all the way up. Open the shoulder, squeeze that hard-boiled egg in the back, and come down. All the way up. All the way up. Open the shoulder, squeeze. If you don't like hard-boiled egg, you can use a tennis ball, okay? Just don't use a raw egg. All right, now we're going to come back to our posture. Posture is very important, okay? Having the right posture is having the right, it's like as if you're having the respect with your customer. If you want to listen to your customer, you need to show that you respect them. If you want to listen to your body and you want to really let your body speak to you, you got to respect your body. Okay? So the posture is our way of respecting our body. So we're going to sit properly. If you sit on the chair, it's okay. Just make sure that bottom of your feet is touching the ground so that they're not hanging. If you sit like me, just make sure that it's nice and flat. It's a pedestal for the bell. You sit like the bell. So straighten your spine as if somebody's pulling the hair on top of your head. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, and then relax just slightly. And then now open the shoulder and relax the shoulder. Now take your forehead and lean back so you put the weight of the head back onto the shoulder. You do that by leaning back your forehead as if you're touching the collar. And then now you tuck in your chin so that you're putting a little bit of pressure on the artery. Okay? And then entire body lean back just slightly. All right? Okay, so now this 100 meter is facing the sky. All right? So now we're going to put the hands in the back of the head, looking down, but make sure that the spine is still straight. Now bring the head down, fighting it with energy from your spine all the way up to your neck. And then now rotate to the left, come back in the middle. Okay, keep anchoring your mind onto your body. To the right, all the way to the left. Very slowly all the way to the right, and then all the way to the middle, and relax very, 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 very gently. And now focus on the breathing. Why do we have to relax so gently, you ask? Why is that important? Because there's a whole new set, whole other set of nervous system in your body that is just watching you. Just watching you. It's not under control of the brain. Right? So that's what we call the sympathetic nerve. It's watching you. In case you're in danger, it puts out stress hormone. So if you were doing this, right, and you let go very fast, the body doesn't know. It thinks that you're in danger. So it puts out a lot of stress hormone. We don't want that. So we relax very gently, focus on our breathing. Now come back to the posture, open the shoulders, sit up straight, lean back the forehead, tuck in the chin. The entire body move forward and the entire body move back, but imagine holding the hip in place as you move back. You feel the pressure right behind your belly button on the two sides. That's the adrenal gland. You feel that. And then now lean back slightly so the 100 meat is pointing this side once again. And then now we take the right hand. We'll bring the head towards the right, but without changing the posture. And then ready, relax. Left hand, bring it to the left without changing the posture. And relax. Entire body relax. Okay? Now get ready to enjoy that relaxation by leaning back your forehead all the way back. Relax, enjoy this moment all the way to the right. Oh man, all the way to the left. Enjoy this clockwise. And then now go the other way, counterclockwise. All the way around. All the way around. And sit up straight and relax. Open your shoulder. Taking the right hand, put that on your shoulder. Reach down. You feel that piece of bone that go across. Go down some more. So there's a cavity. Take your 4 fingers and just press it. Really, 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 really press on that. And then relax. Get the other side. Put that on your shoulder. Go down. Reach the bone. Go down further. So there's a cavity. And press in. And relax. So the Chinese word for energy point is the same word that we use for cave. So all energy point is at some kind of cavity, okay, in between something, all right? Remember that. Now we're going to do some energetic work. Again, clearing the blockage of your hand by going back to mechanics again. Actually, you go to action, right? But we do that with the fingertip, right? So imagine that this is like thinking about traffic jam, right? So the energy goes all the way out, and if it's blocked at the fingertip, it won't come back, right? So you got to start, when you clear something, you got to start at the fingertip. So open your shoulders, sit up straight. This is one of the students call this affectionately the exploding fingers. So I like that. Now bring your 10 fingers, have them pointing to the camera, focus on the 4 fingers, think of them as spring. Hold down the spring with your thumb, okay? And then get ready, wind up the 4 fingers, but don't let it go. And 1. And wait for the reflection to come back. Get ready, straighten up your spine. 2. And come back. 3. Come back. 4. Come back. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, and continue. Open the shoulder. Review this very important energy point called the gate to the cloud. This is part of the lung energy line. So in the Chinese, when they talk about the lung energy line, it's much more than the lung. It's actually like a distribution system. Think of this like the fire extinguisher, right? So when your body has hormonal disorders like having fire, and then it just like sprinkle water, right? So the water comes in like cloud or fog or something. So this is the energy point that just like sprinkle the moisture onto your body. Open the shoulder, and then now we're gonna take our middle fingers and the thumb, put them together. This is the lung. The thumb is the lung. The middle finger is the heart. Put that onto the gate to the cloud. We call this the Lotus Hand. Sit up straight. Get ready. One, back of the hand facing the camera. Come back. Sit up straight. Two, action equal to reaction. Come back. Three, come back. Four, come back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One at a time. And one last one. Sit up straight. 10. Now, I talk about qi as in circulations. We've done enough of that now. You can feel it, right? You can experience that your circulation is improving. Now I want you to experience the next stage of the qi, which is abdominal breathing. Abdominal breathing, right? So what does abdominal breathing means? Because stomach cannot breathe. So what are you talking about? Only the lung can breathe, right? Well, actually the lung can't breathe neither, because the lung has no muscle. What allows breathing is something called, there's a membrane, a diaphragm in here. So every time we breathe, we're actually moving the diaphragm. You're just not moving enough. So I'm going to take you to the Olympic class of breathing by really using the diaphragm. Now, what's interesting is that the diaphragm is a system of connected tissue. So most people, when they say connected tissue, they say, I know what that is, fascia. Well, fascia comes from the word myofascia, which is the connective tissue of the muscle. Wow, this is much more than that. For the Chinese, they don't do the science, they don't have microscope, but they understand it. They're talking about the connective tissue on all level, including in the cell level. Everything in our body is connected. And the mother of all connected tissue is the diaphragm. There's an energy line devoted to that, which is called the triple warmer, which is on the back of the hand. So the first part is we do a deep breathing. The second part is that we stretch the upper arm. Okay, two are the same. Get ready, open your shoulder, relax, straighten your spine. Lock your fingers together. Put that right below your belly button, about 2 fingers. Focus on your nose. Okay, now sneak up on it, right? Sneak up on it, because this diaphragm, it doesn't like to like what you're doing. Okay, it doesn't like to be disturbed like that, because it's got a job to do, right? It's like the guiding dog. It has the sign that says, "Don't bother me. I got a job to do." Okay, so you gotta sneak up on it. Open the shoulder. Put your hands below the belly button. You're gonna breathe very gently from beginning to end. Get ready. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stretch your elbow. Now we're going to unlock the fingers, maintaining the stretch on the wrist. Okay, stretching the upper part of our arm. Imagine you have 2 big rocks on the side and you're climbing the mountain. And then as soon as you're done, you relax, come back to the hand, anchoring your mind onto the center of your palm. Relax. Get ready for the second time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And not climb the mountain. Open the shoulder. Get ready. Relax. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Climb the mountain. And completely relax. Focusing on the breathing. 1 breath. 2 breaths. Now we're going to move from the front to the back. The back coincides with the spiral cord. We're going to bring your hands up, get focus on the bottom of your spine, and we're going to stretch the spine. Stretch the spine. Bring it back. Keep it stretched. Bring it back in the middle. Keep stretching the spine all the way to the left. Don't lose balance now. And come back in the middle. Keep stretching. Bring it to the right. Come back in the middle. Keep stretching to the left. Come back in the middle. Keep stretching. One last time to the right. Come back in the middle. Relax, leaving your right hand on top, touching your left shoulder, head's pointing to the sky so you feel the pressure on your right shoulder. Grab the right elbow and stretch to the left. Come back. Do the other way. Take it, sit up straight. Bring it to the right and relax. This is another exercise that we learn from the animal, except they don't do this one, okay? So if you see a cat and a dog doing like this, that's something else. But at least they stretch their spine, right? They know that. Because when you stretch your spine, the spine is piezoelectric. You're actually generating electricity. And the electricity is reverse oxidation on your spine. Okay? Now we're done with the spine. We come back to the hands again. And this time we're going to have two sets of exercise. One has to do with the shoulder, one has to do with the elbow. Okay? Sit up straight, open the shoulder, putting your hands in the back, locking the fingers. And we're going to bring up the arm, feel the stress on your shoulder. Come back, relax. Putting your hands together or your hand fingers together. Sit up straight, fingers pointing down. We're going to move the fingers upward, bring it up to your spine. Get ready, sit up straight, head's pointing to the sky. Open the shoulder, hold it. And relax. Come back. We need to spend equal time on relaxation. Sit up straight, open the shoulder, focus on your breathing. One breath. Know that I'm breathing in. Know that I'm breathing out. Know that I'm breathing in. Know that I'm breathing out. Why is this important? I talked about this earlier. That it's always important to relax after you do an energetic exercise. This exercise that we just did is very energetic because we're actually working on the shoulder, which has all the energy points. If you don't believe me, just look at your Apple Watch, right? Measuring your heartbeat. Now, when you do that, your body puts you in the yang state because it thinks that you're in danger. It's putting out cortisol. Okay, so we're in sympathetic. Now, the problem with modern people living in the world that we live in now is that we are in the sympathetic state 24/7, including when we go to yoga class. We're doing nothing but exercising the adrenal gland, putting out cortisol. Cortisol destroys everything. You need cortisol to survive, but then it destroys everything. You cannot go to sleep, you constipate, you have high blood pressure, you have cholesterol, triglyceride, you name it, it's all there. It all comes from having too much cortisol. So you need to kind of train your body to go back to this parasympathetic by relaxing, focusing your mind, focus breath, and just relax, right? So this is called the yin-yang harmony, right? Very important, very, very important. It's a skill that we have long lost. All right, so now we're going to move from the shoulder to the elbow. The elbow is equally important when it comes to the heart and the lung. Open the shoulder, putting the left hand facing up, the center of the palm facing up, right hand grabbing between the fingers and the center of the palm. Just bring it down, okay, nothing yet. Now focus on the elbow, push out the elbow as if you're breaking the elbow. And then use the elbow to bring up your hand all the way up to eyebrow level. Keep pushing the elbow. And now left hand goes to the right, all the way to the right. Keep pushing the elbow, come back. And then relax very gently. Sit up straight the other side. Bring the hands down. Push out the elbow. Use the elbow to push up the hand all the way up to eyebrow. Keep pushing. And then now right hand goes to the left. And then come back. And relax. Completely relax. Relax some more. Let your body, let all the cortisol, it's not just cortisol, it's also adrenaline. Cortisol goes to your bloodstream and adrenaline goes to your nerve. Just let it all dissipate. Okay, All right, so we've done two things already. We did some warm exercise, doing joint. We're doing various kind of strategic stretching, working on the energy line. So now we're going to energize the energy points. So the reason shoulder is important for the circulation is because it has important energy point that is connected to the lung energy line. I talk about this, connects to the gallbladder energy line, which is a very important yang line. And then it connects to another energy point in the back, which has to do with the heart. So the shoulder is important. And then the elbow is important. And the armpit is important. I'll talk about this one at a time. So let's do the shoulder. Open your shoulders, sit straight. Bring out your right hand. Focus on the center of your palm, making an empty hand. So you're using air, okay? It's the air that you want to use to energize your energy point. Put the fingers on top and the center of palm pushing against the collarbone here, which is the gate to the cloud. Now listen, right? Your body's going to sing to you, okay? It's like a musical instrument. Listen with your left ear. Get ready. Wake up. Continue. Okay, open your shoulders, your spine, left hand, put that on your right shoulder, listen with your right ear, fingers on top, making an empty hand. Get ready, wake up, continue. Okay, now we talk about the energy lines here. So 3 are the yin lines. That's the heart. That's the lung. What we call the pericardium, which is the muscles and the membranes outside the heart, and then what we call the heart. So why 2, right? Well, this is the mechanical aspect of the heart. This is the emotional aspect of the heart. So what does that mean? Well, this energy line goes all the way up. We're going to work on that in a minute. And it goes through this armpit. The armpit is a very important energy point. Why does that have to do with emotional? Well, it turns out that this energy line goes all the way to a gland that sits on top of the heart called I believe it's called the thymic gland. It's a gland that puts out happy hormone, which also is responsible for growth hormone, right? So when the baby is born, they are full of this happy hormone. That's why they're so happy. They are just so happy, except when they're hungry, right? And then as they grow into teenager, for the first time, they have less and less of these happy hormone. That's why teenagers are very, very, very moody. Not that I'm not moody, but they are definitely very moody. I should know I have 2. I used to have 2. They're grown adult now. Anyway, this energy line is responsible for the happy hormone. Now, what's interesting is that for every yin energy line, there's a yang energy line, which is a protector. The heart energy line is protected by the small intestine. And you say, wow, what does that have to do with the heart? What does that have to do? Well, guess what? The small intestine is also capable of putting out happy hormone. You should know. We get so much satisfaction out of eating. So together, they're responsible for your emotional health. Open the shoulder, stretch up your left hand, put the elbow on top, and slightly squeeze the upper part of the ear. I will talk about that in a minute. Bring out your right hand, empty hand. Put that on your armpit. Get ready. Listen with your left ear. Wake up. Continue. The other way. Left hand, empty hand, right ear. Wake up. Continue. Why the ear? Well, the Chinese believe that when the baby was being developed inside the womb of the mother, it has a shape. The shape is the shape of the ear. All the energy that is contained in the body were already contained in that little thing that we call the fetus. It's just like before the fetus, I forgot the name of that. And so the ear is a very interesting organ. Out of the 400 or so energy points, 100 of them is contained in the ear. It's directly connected to our internal organs, except that it's upside down. So the upper part is actually where the kidney energy points and the bladder. The lower part is the heart and the lung. So by squeezing that, it's as if you're putting pressure on your adrenal gland, and you temporarily tell the body to stop putting out stress hormone, because I am now in a happy place, right? I'm working on my happy hormone. That's what it means. Open the shoulder. Now we're going to work on that part now, where the heart energy line runs on one side, the lung energy line runs on the other, and the middle is the pericardium. Okay, very important. Put up your hand, lock your elbow, right hand, empty hand, fingers on top, center the palm pushing against the side. Listen with your left ear, get ready, and continue. The other side, lock your elbow, empty hand, right ear, listen, continue. Okay, so when I started class, I talk about qi. Beyond circulation, beyond abdominal breathing, now we're going to be talking about qi as in life energy. What does that mean? Well, the body is a life organ. The body is full of water. Just like the planet. The planet is a life organ too, also full of water. The planet is influenced by the sun, is also influenced by the absence of the sun, which means that it's influenced by the planet. The Chinese long ago understood that there are 5 important planets, right? The biggest influence on us is Jupiter, because it's the biggest star in the solar system, but it's not the closest. So there are other planets, the Saturn, the Mars, the Mercury, and the Venus. And they decided to name them after 5 elements: the water, the wood, the fire, the soil, and the mineral. And they really believe that the universe is governed by those 5 elements. Which kind of makes sense. Think about, I talked about this last time. If you heard it before, just bear with me. Think about the planet, right? Think about how the planet was created. You can either listen to the scientists or you can listen to the Bible. They're saying the same thing. They're saying the same thing, right? The book of Genesis talks about the same thing, how God created space, right? They call it light, but it's space. Then parted the water, revealed the earth, right? Then created the sun and the moon. Then they have vegetation. And then from that they have animals, one at a time. It's the same. It's exactly the same thing as the scientists. They just don't talk to each other. That's all. So think about our planet. What comes first? Water comes first. No water, no life. What kind of life comes after water? Algae, vegetation. What happens when you have algae? It changes the atmosphere, reveals the sun, right? Because it consumes some of the carbon dioxide. What happens when you have sun? The soil starts to warm up. Now you can support higher form of vegetations. What happens then? Well, now the soil is full of mineral. The mineral get added back into the water. The water start to have vitality, and now we can support more life. That's a constructive way of between water, vegetation or wood, fire, soil, and mineral. Obvious, right? But in addition to this constructive relationship, I call this the yang relationship, there's also the regulating relationship. Water regulates fire, fire regulates what? Fire regulates metal. Metal regulates wood, wood regulates soil, soil regulates water. Right? As the Chinese developed their understanding of the surrounding, they start to focus on the body, and they decided that the body is also governed by these 5 aspects. I call it the 5-folded qi. The qi is actually, it's not one thing. It's actually, you can see it in 5 different ways. The water, the soil, the water, the vegetation, the fire, the soil, and the mineral. And they start to understand that through the energy in them. Through the energy in them, not through the organ. They don't understand organ. Chinese do not understand organ because we're not allowed to dissect. We're not allowed to cut up people. That is considered the most disgrace, most disrespect. Even if the person is a murderer and you cut them, you still have to bury them in totality. You cannot cut them up like that. So the Chinese don't understand organ. They understand the organ in abstract, but they do understand energy. They start to notice that the body has this energy loop, and they divide them into 6 loops, each one of them active for 4 hours. And they decided to call the outgoing energy yang and the incoming energy yin. And they start to associate those 6 energy loop with the 5 elements, and the 5 elements with the abstraction of the internal organ. And they decided that the heart deserved 2, both the mental part, the emotional part, and the physical part. And so they start to associate the kidney to the water because they believe that you need kidney to survive. You cannot survive without kidney. Kidney is the source of life. They associate the vegetation with the liver because the kidney contains the essence which allows you to have bone marrow, and the bone marrow goes in the liver to generate blood. They start to associate the heart with the fire because once you have blood, you generate fire, generate warmth. They associate the splint, which is a very important organ, with the soil. They associate the lung with mineral. That's why when we talk about lung, we talk about it distributing all nutrients to our body like that. Now, what's interesting is that through that, they start to understand about our health. And in the past, I talk about our health. The Chinese doesn't believe health is in overcoming symptoms. That's not it. They believe health is all about harmony. And in this 5-folded qi, they develop these 2 ways of looking at the harmony. One is called the yang, one is called the yin. It all has to do with the liver, the kidney. So if you think about the 5-folded with the 5 corners, they're like the pentagon, right? If you focus on the kidney, it forms 2 triangles. One triangle that it forms is with the heart and the lung. Is with the heart and the lung. That's the yang triangle. The other triangle that it forms is with the splint and the liver. That's the yang, that's the yin triangle. So the yang triangle is responsible for circulation, and the yin triangle is responsible for metabolism. So someone who's weak in the yang is somebody who's tired all the time, has no energy, can't walk the stairs, right? The qi is blocked, they develop inflammation, and in fact, the arthritis, the diabetes, and the dementia all comes from that. People who are weak in the yin energy are the people that has very brittle hair, very bad skin, all kinds of disease that they cannot explain, the problem with the ears, the problem with just like tired all over the place, aching and all that, including the what is that called when you have the, I just don't remember the name, all the different things. So in this case, for what we want to do, we want to maintain the balance between the yin and the yang. So what we just did is that yang triangle between the kidney, the heart, and the lung. And when we're done, we'll work on the other triangle. Okay? Thyroid. Thank you, Carol. Thyroid. All right? So we're going to do one more exercise that really demonstrate the triangular relationship between the kidney, the heart, and the lung. Open the shoulder, taking the right hand, reach as far back as you can. There's an energy point that is associated with the heart. Take the other hand, use the back of the hand right behind your belly button and move towards the right. Okay? That's covering the kidney. The kidney is water, the heart is fire. So fire and water mixing through as if you're doing a vertical windmill. Okay? So you got to move that just a little bit. Listen. Okay. All right. So now we're done with the yang triangle, right? What I just explained is the heart, the lung, and the kidney. Huh? So now we're going to move to the yin triangle, which is the heart, the liver, and the splint. Okay. And this upper part has to do with circulations. The lower part has to do with metabolism, or what we used to call hormonal disorder. The Chinese actually understand that. So when they write the word qi, there's two ways to do it. One way is the combination between air and rice, that's circulation. The other one is the combination of two words, which means no fire. No fire. No kidney fire, no liver fire, no heart fire. Fire means disorder, right? Hormonal disorder. So they understood that. They think about these things. All right. So what do we do now? Okay, so we're going to start with massaging the bottom of your feet. Okay, now this is really serious business. Okay, think about this. So the bottom of your feet, you have 6 energy lines, 3 yin, 3 yang. The big toe is the splint. The little toe is the energy line for this name after the splint starts at the big toe. The energy line named after the bladder start with the little one, and in between is the liver, the stomach, and the gallbladder. The only one that doesn't start with the toe is in the middle of the feet, which is the kidney. All right. So we're going to get to the kidney. Most important is the source of life. But before we do that, we're going to massage each and every one of those toes one at a time. First start with the part that touches the floor. Now we're going to come back and we're going to massage the neck. Okay. One at a time. Now we're going to massage the side of the toe. So when you're outside, you massage the bone as well. And then the inside. Now this is an exercise that is, there are 2 exercises that we do that comes from the practice on longevity, and massaging your toe is one of that, massaging your ear is the other one, right? Is that important? Okay, now we're done with the bottom of the toes, and we're going to work on the top of the toes. And before we do that, there's a very important energy point right here that has to do with the liver. Okay, so it's between the big toe and the second one, about 3 fingers in, come in, and use the corner part of your thumb, not the flat part, not the tip, but the corner part of your thumb. 3 fingers, press down. It's very, very sore. Okay, this is the liver. This is one of the very, very famous energy points that has to do with your liver fire. Now we go back and massage in between the toes. There are 4 lines all the way to the last one, and then come back to the big toe. Okay, now we're going to flip it back up And we're done with the toe. We're going to now work on this pad area. I call it a pad. It's actually called a ball, but I'll just call it a pad anyway. And now we're going to move to the heel. The heel is where the bladder comes up. And now we're going to work on the arch, start between the heel and the pad area, okay? Okay, now we're at the mother of all energy point, which is the Gushing Spring, okay? It's right here. It's 1/3 of the way down from here. Now we use 2 fingers and really dig in, okay? And now we're going to make a knuckle, and we're going to press in, really work on this, okay? Now, ironically, if you want to prevent from having dementia, you want to have lots of blood flow into your brain, oxygen and all that, you actually work on the bottom of your feet, right? It's God is playing tricks on us. He's got a sense of humor, I'm telling you. All right, so we're done with the Gushing Spring. There's actually 2 very important energy points beyond that. One is in the back towards the Achilles heel from your ankle, and the other one is 4 fingers up, okay? Now this one is your gallbladder. This one is your liver. This one is the liver. This one is the kidney. This one is the kidney as well, but it's actually a very important point. And this one is the splint, and we work on the liver. So these are all very important energy points, very famous, okay? But before we get there, we're going to do 2 at a time. So locate the Gushing Spring again. Just come up to the arch, and again use that round part, the tip, not the tip, but the curvy part of your finger. Now you come down along the arch, okay, as if you're taking a ruler, a spline curve. I don't know if you know what that is, and you just like draw a curvy line between your Gushing Spring and the angle, and it just meets here, coming in here. Okay, now that's 2. Now we got two more on both sides of the angle. So from the angle, you draw a cross. One goes down towards the bottom of your feet, and you feel a little like indentation in here, a pit or something. All right. Yeah, June, you're new here. I pronounce splint the way I want to pronounce. It's different every time anyway. But you're exactly right. I'm saying splint. Okay. All right. So the other side. Now we go towards the Achilles heel and press down. I used to be able to speak everything perfect, because I work on that a lot. But as I get older, my mother tongue comes back, so it's much harder for me. All right, go up 2 fingers, locate the bones about 1 thumb south of the bone. And then go back to the angle, measure 4 fingers, 1 thumb south of the bone. This is a very important point for the splint. Okay. All right. Now massage that. Okay. Now this helps with your metabolism. Okay. All right. This is the yin triangle that I talk about, right? Between the kidney and the splint and the liver, huh? Okay, very important, right? All your hormonal balance depends on that. All right, now come back to the toe one at a time. Okay, I'm going to speed it up a little bit, right? Because not much. I don't want to repeat the explanation again. To the neck. Let me move back a little bit. Yeah, so the inside time is tricky. Okay, now the edge, each and every one. Each and every one. Okay, don't get sloppy, okay? Now turn it over. In between the big toe and the second toe, 3 fingers in. Press in on that. That's the liver. Very important energy point for the liver, to try to extinguish the liver fire. Okay, now massage and come back. Turn it over again. Massage the ball, the pad area. Go back. Massage the heel. Massage the arch. And then massage the gushing spring. And now use the knuckle. And now come up to the arch, along the arch. Come up and come down. Now back to the angle. Go towards the bottom of your feet. Come back to the angle. Go towards the Achilles heel. Come back to the angle. Measure 2 fingers south of the bone. Okay, so you can see it. Come back to the angle, 4 fingers south of the bone. This is called the 3 yin meet. Huh? Okay, massage. Massage. All right, so now we come back to energizing again. And we do the first one, which is, again, water and fire. This is like the one we did in the back. Water and fire, because the middle, the center of your feet, the bottom of your feet is the kidney. Kidney is water. The center of your hand is the heart. That's fire. So it's mixing water and fire. Sit up straight. You got to sit up straight so that yang energy can travel within you. And then you arch this a little bit and you make an empty hand. You line up the fingers with the toe. You listen. Get ready. Empty hand, huh? Continue. The other side. Continue. Continue. Okay, massage. Now you remember I talked about the yin and yang of a qi, right? In terms of the 5 element, 5-folded way of looking at qi, and how the 5-folded way divided itself into 2 triangle, and the yin triangle is the kidney and the splint and the liver. But now we're going to energize them by its protector, okay? The splint is in here, but we're going to work on the gallbladder instead. The gallbladder protects the splint. I mean, a gallbladder protects the liver, sorry. The stomach protects the splint. The bladder protects the kidney. Huh? So we're going to work on those 3. Now, the yang lines are always exposed to the sun. So you notice that this is exposed to the sun, this is exposed to the sun, and this is exposed to the sun. What's not exposed to the sun is in here. Okay, so we're not going to touch that. We're first going to work on the gallbladder. The gallbladder is a yang energy line. It's actually very important, especially for someone who suffers from dementia, because this one really get the energy flowing into your heart, into your brain. It goes all the way up to the shoulder, all the way up to the top of the head. All right. Now 2 points above the knee, 3 points below the knee. We use empty fist. Huh? Okay, ready? Focus. Okay, now move towards the knee. Get ready. Focus. Empty fist. Okay, now 3 energy point below the knee. The first one is a very important point. It has these 2 actually. It's been written that they help to prevent a stroke. Okay, this one is good for your immunity. So it's called the spring at the bottom of the heel. The heel is your knee. So on the side now, on this side, huh? Go down from the heel until you don't feel the bone anymore. Right here. Get ready. Empty fist. middle. Go down. Okay, now we're done with the gallbladder, which protects the liver, right? Now we want to find the liver, the stomach, which protects the splint. Okay. Now the stomach is a yang line, so it's in the side. There's only one important energy point, which is right here. Okay. Now how do we find that? We come back to the knee, locate the two dimple, measure 4 fingers, locate the bone just outside the bone. I'll talk about this one in a minute. Let's do that. Empty fist. Okay, now I talk about the yin triangle between the stomach, between the liver, the splint, and the kidney. The stomach is the protector for the splint. Okay, so this one actually is very, very important. So if you're weak in the yin energy, which has to do with metabolic, you actually lose one of the symptoms is that you lose a lot of hair. So next time when you wash your hair and you see a lot of hair on the drain, pick up a piece of hair to see if it contains the root. If it doesn't contain the root, it means that your hair is actually very brittle. That's the problem. Your hair is brittle because your yin energy triangle is very weak, and you need to really figure out what to do with that, okay? And it has to do with the splint, the stomach, the liver, and the gallbladder, okay? Now, this energy point that we just did has a name. This one actually, well, it has an official name, but it has a nickname. The nickname is called the Emperor's energy point. Why is that? Because this is the stomach, together with the splint, is responsible for digestion and absorption. So you know in the story about how the emperor, they eat a big meal, like thousands, hundreds of dishes, and so they when they finish eating, then the court-appointed physician has to come up to, but they can't touch the emperor, so they cannot massage. So they develop another technique where they actually put some heat to that, and after a while, this energy point has like a dark shadow. So this energy point is called the Emperor's energy point. Okay, very interesting. Okay, now one more before we move up. It's in the calf. Now the calf is the bladder. The bladder protects the kidney. So we talk about how important is the kidney. The kidney is water source energy. Well, it turns out that there's an on-off switch for that. It's right behind the calf. So I don't know if I talk about this, but a week or 2 weeks ago, a report was released from UCSF, University of California, San Francisco, the medical center, where they have a huge center for dementia study, and they did a survey, and they decided that the people who do a daily exercise of either walking or cycling, riding bicycles, has a much more lower chance of developing into dementia. Cycling and walking activate these energy points, which then activates this energy points, which deliver chi into your brain. Okay, it is that important. Okay, so grab onto your feet, one hand, now go the other way. Okay, now the other side. So the moral of the story is that do more walking, huh? Do more walking. Okay, so later on when we get off the chair, we're going to do this one exercise where we stand on the toes. I'm going to talk about how important that is. All the energy point that we just worked on is all activated by standing on your toe, okay? All right, so now we move from the earth eventually to the heaven, which is on top of your head. We're going to go through the being. the being. The being is the center of your palm, okay? So there's actually two energy points. One has to do with the pericardium, one has to do with the heart. So if you take your middle fingers and you bring down, that's where it is, okay? Now, but again, remember now, the energy point is always at the cave, right? So it's actually between the middle finger and the ring finger. So you go over and you press down on that. Then you bring it over. It's in between the ring finger and the pinky. You press down on that. There's one more energy point that supposedly is very good if you have irregular heartbeat. Okay, so you make a fold like this, three fingers right in the middle. This is one called the inner gate. Okay, it is the one that guards your heart. Okay, now the other side, in between the fingers, move over one, and then three fingers down. Okay, now that's for the heart. Now we're going to work on similar for the liver. I mean, for the lung, but we're going to pick the energy point that is actually its yang protector, which is the large intestine. It's called the merging valley. So between your thumb and your index finger, you come in to the end of the valley and you push towards the thumb. Then there's two more energy points. One is right at the fold. Come down from the thumb, and then the other one is two fingers below the fold. Okay, same thing on the other side. Right at the fold, right below the thumb, and then two fingers down. Okay? Sorry about that. Now we come back, stretch the fingers, right? The five fingers are the five elements: the water, the vegetation, the fire, the soil, and the mineral. It's all connected to your internal organ. Now we're going to massage the extremity. Okay. Now we're going to squeeze the fist, right? Because this really activates the heart and the lung. Now sit up straight, so your spine is straight. Let the yang energy flow. And now look at your palm. Look at the fingers. It's got two joints. So we're going to fold one joint, fold the other joint, and we're going to squeeze. And then we're going to let go. Relax. Second time, one fold, two fold, and squeeze. And relax. One last time, one fold, two fold, and squeeze. And relax. Okay, now we're ready to move up to the top of the head. This is a full body chi therapy, okay? All right, now before we get to the top of the head, which is the important energy point, it's as important as the Gushing Spring. It's called the 100 meet, right? It's where all the yang energy meets. Before we get there, let's work on the ear, right? Now, divide this into three parts: upper, middle, and lower. And just visualize them as the reverse of your three. What's above the diaphragm, what's below the diaphragm, but between the diaphragm and the belly button and what's below. But flip that upside down. So the upper part is actually the kidney and the intestines and the bladder. And the lower part is the heart and the lung, right? So we're going to work on 1, 2, 3, huh? Now put the thumb inside, put the index fingers in the back and just squeeze that soft bone. Right, now taking the fingers out, putting the index finger in and massage. And then putting the fingers in the middle and the thumb in the back and massage. Putting the fingers down below and the thumb behind and massage. Now we're going to come back to the edge where we were before and start massaging it all the way down to the earlobe gently. And now we're going to take the index finger and massage the back of the ear. Okay, now we're going to go on the other side. Take this very seriously. This is one of the 2 longevity exercises, okay? Now putting the thumb inside, the index fingers in the back. Taking the thumbs out, putting index fingers in there, massage. Putting the thumb back in the middle, the index fingers in the back, massage. And then putting the, the other way. And putting the index fingers in here, resting it on this part, and then massage. And then squeezing the edge from the upper all the way down to the ear loop. Now massage the back of the ear. Now sit up straight. Feet's touching the ground, so you're you're connected with the earth. Absorbing your energy, which goes through your spine all the way up. We're going to take 2 hands, put that behind the ear, stretch the ear. I cannot underestimate the importance of the ear, right? It contains 1/3 of all the energy points throughout your body. Okay? Now we're going to work on the top of the head. Before we do that, we're going to massage. Imagine that your fingers are like the brush. We're going to start at the forehead. Sit up straight, go all the way around to the back of your head, down to the neck. Second time, focus on your fingers, anchor your mind on your body. 3, 4, and 5. This is the upper part of your head. Now we're going to do the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sit up straight. All 10 fingers pointing down. Put that on top of your head. This is called the 100 meat. And we do this 30 times. Get ready. Focus. Okay? Now we're going to do another 30 times, but this time we're going to go front and back on this, covering the side as well. Okay, now we're going to brush. Okay, now we're going to continue with the massage of the face. But before we do that, this is called the palace of labor. This is the only energy point that can put out energy, and the energy that it puts out is rich in infrared. And the only organ that you have in your entire body that can absorb infrared is your eye. Okay, so we're going to put that together, generate some infrared energy. Sit up straight, and we're going to put that on our eyeball without touching it. Second time. Now this time you're going to feel a little bit more because the eye woke up and it says, oh, you're changing spectrum on me. Put that on your eye. Ah, you feel it, huh? You feel it. Third time. Put that on your eye. Oh yeah, you absolutely feel it. Okay. Now use your index finger. Put that at the edge of your eyebrow and just massage that, huh? Massage it. There's a little dimple there. Okay. There's a little dimple there. Okay, now taking the 2 fingers, squeeze the eyebrow, massage all that energy, all that. Okay. Now taking the thumb, the right thumb, put it under your eye bag on the left eye from the corner to the tail. Very gently massage the energy point there. Do the same thing on the other side. Massage energy. You feel relaxation, right? Okay. Now there's 2 very important energy points here called welcoming the fragrance. So you can imagine what they're good for, right? Good for your sinus. Okay. Now take 2 index fingers, put it outside the nostril. Don't squeeze the nostril. Now massage. Okay. 2 fingers, corner your eye to corner your mouth. Sit up straight, 2 fingers right between the bottom of your nose and the top of your lip. There's an important energy point here. This is actually where the yang energy meets with the yin energy. The yang energy actually goes all the way up down to here and then continue. Huh? All right, now massage your hands one more time. Massage your face. Massage the top of your head, your neck, and your ear. Okay? Now we have a little bit more work to do. because it turns out that we have one more energy point that we need to work on, and then we got to do this one exercise that put it all together for us in terms of balancing the yin and the yang. Okay, so 6 energy comes up, 6 energy line comes up, 5 of them goes to here, 1 in the back. Okay, so this is the bottleneck area. Stand up, huh? Massage, feel it, feel the body speaking to you, right? Feel the heat that it generates. Now we're gonna like make a soft fist, put that on top, very gently. Get ready, go. Okay, now the important energy that I talk about is right behind the knee. This is the bladder energy line. It's the protector for the kidney. So loosening up your knee, put the fingers on in the back, thumbs on the side. Get ready, very gently. Okay, now we're going to come back to this one exercise, which is standing on your toes. So just imagine what you're doing when you stand on your toes, right? You're energizing all the energy points that we talk about, especially the one that has to do with the liver, the one that has to do with the kidney, and the one that has to do all of that. You're energizing all of that. Not only that, you're energizing the one in the back of your leg, right? The calf, everything. So stand properly, open your shoulder, relax. Now take your 10 toes and just grab the 4 gently. Now, as you stand on them, right, do it slowly. As you stand on them, you feel the energy rushing up and just follow it. And when you reach the top of your head, just stay on top, and anchor your mind onto the top of the head. Stand as long as you can, okay? Get ready. Stand, follow the energy to the top of your head, stay there. And when you come down, impact the heel. And relax. Completely relax. Second time, stand on your toes. Stay focused on the top of your head. Don't come down until I tell you to. And come down, impact the heel. One last time, stand on your toes. Let the energy rise and come down. Now this exercise, you can do this like this, just like this, or you can do that by holding on the wall, or you can even walk on it. It's very, very good if you have a lower back problem. So when you have a lower back problem, it has nothing to do with your spine. It's your kidney telling you that it's overwork. The kidney is the mention, right? The lower back is the mention protecting the kidney. So it's a symptom that your kidney is overworked. Okay, so this particular exercise is good for your lower back because it's good for the kidney. All right, so now we're going to do some finger exercise, except we're going to do it with the toe. Okay, so stand on your left, focus on the top of your head. As soon as you kick, your mind goes away, so just bring it back. Okay, get ready. 1, bring it back. 2, bring it back to the top of your head. 3, bring it back to the top of the head. Go to the right. Balance on your right. Focus on the top of your head. 1, back to the top of your head. 2, back to the top of your head. 3, back to the top of your head. And relax. That was a lot of work for 12 energy line, huh? 6 in the fingers, 6 in the toes, 6 yin and 6 yang. That was a lot of work. Okay, but we got more work to do. We got to work on the primary, right? Because these are like the small streets. We got this big boulevard that we're going to work on. We do this by focusing on abdominal breathing. Okay, so for those of you who want to sit this one out, has to go somewhere, it's okay. Just watch it on yeah, it's okay. Don't worry, chef. Don't worry. Watch it on YouTube. Okay. So we're going to do abdominal breathing. Right. This week we're going to work on our abdominal breathing, working on the diaphragm. So it was a lot of work, huh? So just relax a little bit. Relax a little bit. Relax. It's interesting why when we say relax, we always do this. Why do you think that is? Because we're actually relaxing the adrenal gland by moving around the lower back. Huh? Okay, so this one comes in 5 sets. Okay, so if you're tired, just sit this one out. Huh? Just sit this one out. Focus on the center of the palm. Anchor your mind onto your body. Bring up your hand, focusing on the hand. Bring in the hand. And then now lower the hand, lower your knee, the entire body. And then stand back up. Relax. One more time. 1, all the way up to the shoulder. 2, open the shoulder. 3, bring it all the way down. And then stand up straight. Okay, now we're going to coordinate it with our breathing. Breathe in. There's a space between in and out. Just relax. And now we breathe out. There's a space between out and in. And then breathe in. Breathe out. Stand up straight. Breathe in. Bring it towards your body. Breathe out. Stand up straight. Breathe in. Towards your body. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Relax, okay? Breathe out. Entirely focusing on your body. Don't let your thinking mind take over, right? Don't listen to the chatter of your brain. Just listen to your body. This time I'm going to bring it up. Breathe in. Cross your hand. And then breathe out. Open the shoulder all the way to the end. Pause. And then breathe back in again. Breathe in again. Bring it towards your body. Breathe out. Stand up straight. Breathe in. Cross your hand. Breathe out. Back. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Open. Back. And breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. Open. Breathe out. Breathe in. Back and breathe out. Now stand up straight. As you stand up straight, shift the focus from the center of your hand to the center of your feet. Once your mind gets to the bottom of your feet, we're going to check, make sure that we're standing firmly on the ground. After the bottom of your feet, we move up to the knee. We don't want to lock a knee. We're just kind of loosening up a little bit. When you're loosening up a little bit, you're activating the calf, the energy point here. Now the yang energy would rise, okay? So if you lock it, it doesn't work like that. You got to loosen up a little bit, like the calf takes over. Now you move up to the shoulder, open that shoulder, relax the shoulder. Now go to the forehead, lean back the forehead, tuck in the chin, relax the forehead. Now go to your eyelid and just relax your eyelid. You can actually see a little bit through your eyelashes. You can see a little bit of floor, so you're not losing orientation. Now you go to your brain and you just tell your brain, says, take a break. I want to relax. Don't do any work. Don't do any thinking now. Just all the attention is on the body, on the breath. Now focus on the breathing. Observe your body. Observe your chest and your stomach. Notice how you're breathing in and how you're breathing out. One breath at a time. We're going to stand like this for 1 minute. One breath at a time. Relax. open your eyes. Now, make sure that your mind is anchored on the bottom of your feet, okay? Now, once you know that your mind is on the bottom of your feet, then you move. We move to the next set. It's called the balloon breathing. Right legs in front and lean back so that the toes on the right hand side is facing the ceiling. You look up to the ceiling so you're not putting any pressure on your upper torso. Now you imagine you have a balloon in front of you. You embrace the balloon. The hands are at eye level. Okay, and then now you open up, lean back, right toes pointing to the ceiling, heads pointing to the ceiling. As you come back in again, you're going to breathe in with your nose. As you open, you're going to breathe out with your nose. Close your mouth, okay? Now, as you breathe in, you're going to focus on your body. You're going to calibrate your body. As you breathe out, you're going to focus on your mind. Relax your mind. Breathe in, see your hands coming together, focus on your body. Breathe out, focus on your mind. Relax your mind. Breathe in. Breathe out. Listen to your body, okay? Listen to your body. Feel your body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Relax. Listen to your body. Feel your body. Feel your breath. Relax your mind. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now lower your hands. As you lower your hands, transfer the attention from the center of your palm to the center of your feet. Once you get to your feet, then you take a step, another one, and then you start at the bottom of your feet. Bottom of the feet is firmly on the ground. Knees has to be relaxed. Shoulder has to be relaxed. Forehead has to be relaxed. Eyelid has to be relaxed. The brain has to relax. No thinking here. Just focusing on our body, focusing on the breath. Observe the change in the body as we breathe in. Observe the change in the body as we breathe out. One breath at a time. Now we're going to continue on the left side, but before we move, make sure your mind is at the bottom of your feet. Once you get there, then you take one step, 2 steps. Left foot forward, lean back, left toes pointing to the ceiling. Okay, lift up your head so your head is also looking at the ceiling. No pressure, no stress on your upper torso. A balloon in front of you, we're going to embrace the balloon. Breathe in. And then as we lean back, looking at the ceiling again, we're going to breathe out. As we breathe in, we're going to calibrate our body, looking at the body. As we breathe out, we're going to calibrate our mind, relax. In and out. In. You don't have to think about what we're doing. Don't try to analyze this. Just follow, okay? Follow. Listen to your body, okay? Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. Out. One more time. In. Out. Now lower the hands. Transfer the focus to the bottom of your feet. And then take one step. 2 step. Then go through the checklist, okay? Bottom of your feet. The knee. The shoulder. The forehead. The eyelid. And the brain. 1 minute. Focus on your breath. One breath at a time. Mind drift away, ask it to come back. Mind drift away, ask it to come back. Okay, open your eyes. Now we're going to do the third set, which is called the butterfly. It's like the stand on your toes, except it's supersized. Huh? It's much more difficult because it combines a lot of different elements. But again, it's the same. Focus on the center of your hand. Bring up your hand. Follow your hand all the way up. And then bring down your hand. Follow your hand. The knees following the hand all the way down. And then bring it back up again. Follow the hand. Lift up the heel. Focus on the hand. Bring the hands together. And then bring it down. Now as you bring it down, breathe in with your nose. Relax as you go up. Breathe in, breathe out with your nose. Always follow the center of your hand, okay? Breathe in. If your mind stay focused on the center of your palm, everything stay focused. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. This is an incredible exercise for your abdomen, for your diaphragm. Okay, incredible. Breathe in. As you collapse your lung, you breathe in. Diaphragm is being pushed down. As you expand the lung, you breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. When you breathe out, you're pushing up the diaphragm. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, bring your hands down gently, focusing on your hand. Now shift the focus on the bottom of your feet. Go through the checklist one at a time. And stay focused on your breath. Now this time, for 1 minute, we're not going to move, right? Your body should be totally still. Why? Because we're going to commit to focusing on the breath for 1 minute. No moving around. One breath at a time. Okay, open your eyes. So there are three benefits to this set exercise. One is that it's a meditation by itself, except that it's meditating both in stationary form and in moving form. Okay, go back and forth. The moving form is particularly good for our urban people. We're just so energetic that it's very hard for us to stand still. But yet we can meditate while we're moving. That's one benefit. The second benefit is going back to the diaphragm, learning how to breathe with your diaphragm. The third benefit is that in the process, you're actually delivering oxygen to your critical organs. Okay? So there has tremendous health benefit, especially this one. This one is called pushing hand. We lean back, but we don't have to lift up the toes anymore. Well, now imagine that there's a water wheel in front of us, and it's as if we're bringing the water wheel towards us. Focus on the hand, okay? Especially here. Focus on the hand down, focus on the hand, and then push out like this, huh? So what you're doing is that as you bring in the oxygen into your body, you push down, but your mind stays with your center hand. You actually feel the oxygen being delivered to all your critical organs, okay? Now get ready. Breathe in. Mind's on the hand. Nowhere else. Breathe out. You notice that when I go down, I'm totally focused. I don't speak. Breathe in. Breathe out. Very gently. Focus on your body. Let your body speak to you. Breathe out. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. One more time. In. Out. Relax. Lower your hand. Focus on the bottom of your feet. Then take one step, two step. Go through the checklist. Open your shoulder. Focus on your breathing. 1 minute. Okay, now we move to the left. I'm going to go silent on you because I want you to really, really listen to your own body, okay? Get ready. Breathe in. One last time, breathe in, up, and breathe out. Bring your hands back, focus on your feet, take the steps, go through the checklist. This is the last time we're going to do this 1 minute standing, so focus entirely on your breath from beginning to end, one breath at a time. Okay, now you have to understand that I came to this country when I was 15 years old. I started high school. Then I went to college and I studied to be an engineer. So eventually I became engineer. Then I became engineering professor. So all my English were learned through engineering. So the first time that I hear people use the word eccentric, I don't think about the person being eccentric. I think about the person walking down the street wobbling, because that's what it means by being eccentric, eccentricity. So when I hear the word fatigue, I don't think about fatigue as in tired. Fatigue, the way we use in engineering, is that when you take a piece of metal and you want to break it, you keep bending it until it breaks. That's called fatigue. Okay, so that's how we use it in airplanes and all that. So there's something that we call adrenal fatigue. Adrenal fatigue is when you're stuck in the stuck in the sympathetic nerve, stuck in the fight or flight for so long that your adrenal gland just got tired of you and stop putting out adrenal cortisol when it's supposed to. This happens when you sit like this and stand up like this and you get lightheaded, because when your body does that, the adrenal gland is supposed to put out all the stress hormone to compensate, to work, tell your heart to work harder. But because it's fatigue, it cannot respond fast enough. And that's why you get lightheaded like this, right? That's what we're talking about when we talk about the yin angle, the yin triangle, the kidney, the splint, and the liver, like that. All right, so this one is less about abdominal breathing, more about reversing that fatigue by delivering oxygen to your adrenal gland. So first we're going to put our hands together, okay, to rub some of that energy, and then we're going to put it in the back. Okay, now you might want to sit this one out, because you might get lightheaded. Open the shoulder. Get ready. Breathe in. Open your knee, breathe out. Lean forward, and then breathe in. Stand up straight, and then lean backward, and then relax. Completely relax. Focusing on the breathing. Second time, open that knee, breathe out. Lean forward, and then stand up and breathe in. Lean backward, and relax. Completely relax. Okay, completely relax. Then last time, open that knee, breathe out, and lean forward, and then stand up straight, and lean back, and relax. Relax, and then massage. Okay, now we're going to sit, but we're going to sit this time not for spiritual practice. We're going to sit as a therapy. We're going to learn how to entice and guide our body into the rest and digest mode by sitting properly and by breathing properly. We're going to sit like the bell. So either you sit on the edge of your chair with the feet firmly on the ground, or if you sit like me, you make sure that they're touching the floor, touching the mat. Okay? You're not, because when we sit, we use the earth element. We don't use the fire element. We don't use muscle. Then you're going to relax the hand. You don't really need to do any mudra. Okay? You could do this, but you don't need to. Okay? We're not doing this for spiritual reason, just therapeutic. Next one is the spine. So stretch your spine like someone is pulling a hair on top of your head. Relax. Okay, open the shoulder. Relax. Lean back the forehead. Tuck in the chin. Relax. Entire body lean forward. Upper torso lean back, but the hip is in leaning forward, feeling the pressure on your adrenal gland. Lean back until you feel like you're falling over. Now your spine is directly perpendicular to the earth. This is called a one pillar supporting the sky. Next thing we do is relax the eyelid. You can actually see through the eyelashes. You can see your knee, your hand. Next one is the tongue. You remember the energy point between your bottom of your nose and the upper part of your lip? You want to put the tip of the tongue behind that. Don't press it, just put it there. Okay, so what you're doing now is you're temporarily shutting off your stress hormone by putting pressure on your adrenal gland, and you are reactivating your salivary gland, which is the first thing that the sympathetic nerve will shut off. Okay, that and the digestive system and your reproductive system and many other things, any other functions that you don't need when you're in danger. So this is the first part. This is just relaxing your body. Now we're going to move on to the abdominal breathing. Your diaphragm actually has muscle memory now after all this exercise. So all you have to do is, as soon as you breathe in, you slightly open your stomach. As soon as you breathe out, you slightly collapse your stomach. Okay, so open the stomach, collapse the stomach. Now this is the second part. This one is what we call exhaling the cloud and swallowing the fog. This is like you're exchanging with the universe while maintaining the posture. Now I'll come to the third part. I want you to think about what I explained. The 5 elements: the water, the vegetation, the fire, the soil, and the mineral, which are the kidney, the liver, the heart, the spleen, and the lung. Remember what I talked about forming the 2 triangles, the Yang triangle, which is your circulation, the Yang energy, and the Yin triangle, which is your metabolic. The Yang is with the heart and the lung. The Yin is with the liver and the spleen. Now, imagine you're seeing your kidney on both sides of your lower back. The kidney has a shape of a peanut. Imagine digging that peanut in the water. The peanut grows roots. The roots reach down to your reproductive organ, because your reproductive organ is actually governed by your kidney energy line. So if you have a weak kidney, you have a problem with your reproduction. Now imagine the 2 kidneys grow together and you have a stem. The stem is your spine, and it goes all the way up to the top of your head. The kidney is what we call a treasure organ. It has essence that you were given by your mother. And if you misuse it, abuse it, that's all there is. So you want to really treasure those essence. The essence from the kidney are they are the constituents for the marrow. So the kidney is connected to the spine. The spine is where the marrow is developed. The Chinese believe the brain is part of that marrow system, is the sea for the marrow. As you travel up the spine, imagine it's connected to all your internal organs, your spleen and your liver and your stomach and your gallbladder and your lung, as if those are the leaves. Now, I want you to think about the yang energy going up the stem and the yin energy coming back down. The yang energy has to do with the heart and the lung, and the yin energy has to do with the splint and the liver. I want you to come back to the posture. Maintain the posture. Stretch your spine, open your shoulder, lean back your forehead, tuck in your chin. Maintaining pressure on your adrenal gland, the whole body lean back slightly. I want you now to focus on your breathing. Deep breathing, open your stomach when you breathe in, empty your stomach when you breathe out. Open your stomach when you breathe in, empty your stomach when you breathe out. And as you breathe in, I want you to start at the bottom of your spine, visualizing the kidney. Imagine you're going up the spine, the yang energy going up, connecting with your heart and your lung, all the way up to the top of the head. The 100 meet, where all the yang energy meets. And as you breathe out, I want you to start at your forehead, come down between your eye to the tip of your nose, down to your lip, through your tongue. Tongue is now part of the conductive path, through your chin, all the way down. That's the yin energy. I want you to visualize the splint and the liver, and all the way down to the bottom of your spine, where the kidneys are. Breathe in, go up. That's the yang energy, all the way top to the head. Breathe out, let it come down on its own. The yin energy is restorative, it's not energetic, so you don't have to do anything, just let it come down on its own. Next time when you go up, take your body with you, stretch your spine, open your shoulder, lean back the forehead, tuck in your chin. And when you come down, the entire body lean back as if you're getting out of the way. Let it come down. And back in again, one at a time, okay? One at a time. We're going to do this for 3 minutes, and then we're going to finish the class today. You're going to do this on your own. This is the ultimate of the chi therapy, understanding how your circulation and your metabolics working together, the yin and the yang, creating vitality, restoring harmony. Open your eyes. And we're going to do a little bit of massage. Just wake up this body. Okay, and we're going to do 5 of these exercises to get all the bad chi out of the body. Get ready. Sit up straight. In the past, I talked about the 3 degrees of existence, the body, the chi, and the mind. And I draw the parallel between that and what the quantum physicists talk about, which is the particle, the wave, and the information. The information is really what's in the core of existence, which is a spiritual mind, a mind that is uncumbered by the physicality, right? Something that we work on. Our spiritual practice is really about emancipating ourselves from the constraint, from our body. That's ultimately what we want to do. But even though we're so far from that, we can feel something because there's a connection between you and I. Even though we are so far away, that connections cannot be replicated when you watch YouTube. You cannot. You have to do this live. Even though we're not at the same place, it's just amazing how the energy works. Right? It's as if we open up our own private channel and we can now break through all the barriers. Spirituality does not need medium. Okay? So many of our students from Asia, Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, and so forth, they miss that because we used to have a morning class and afternoon class. The problem is that with my father, I have to, my evening is very, very busy because I have to relieve my mom. My mom works all day and I have to relieve her. But on occasions I can do it. So we have an afternoon class coming up, 6 o'clock my time, which is 10 o'clock Asia time. Okay, this is the one we used to just do 1 hour of sitting down. Remember that? We're going to do this one on the 18th, right before Christmas and New Year. Okay, so I want you to join that. But I also want you to understand how we are doing something right because we are tapping into that just by meditation, by exercise, by all that. Okay, and the fact that we're doing that is how the Asia students are missing it. When they miss that real time, they miss something. Okay, so that's a proof of existence for us. All right. So with that, I need to go. My mom actually, for some reason, has disappeared from the camera, so that means that she's busy. I better get over there, help her. Okay. I bless you with peace, happiness, and joy. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.